Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office. She is a nutrition assistant here at the Extension Office. And we are going to make some crunchy Hawaiian chicken wraps.
Yes.
That sounds nutritious.
Yes, it is. Ron actually just came in here and said, well, what makes them crunchy? I think he was thinking something fried, because crunchy is actually one of those words that if you see it on a menu or something, you might want to stay away from it, because that typically means deep fried. But in this case, it actually is referring to the broccoli and carrots, so it gives it a little crunch there. So a little different than being fried.
Tricky.
So very nutritious. Yeah, they did the kind of a swing name on that.
Huh.
So they are very healthy. They actually have some pineapple in it, some chicken, and then the broccoli, carrots, and spinach. And then you're going to put it on a whole wheat tortilla. Okay. So talking about the My Plate, we want to try to make all of our meals as close to the plate as we can. So half fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean protein, and then dairy.
So this has almost everything in
almost everything but dairy. So, you could always drink a glass of milk, eat some yogurt. This has mayonnaise in it. You could actually substitute that for some plain yogurt if you wanted to, to get a complete plate meal. But it's very balanced. It's a good summer lunch or, appetizer maybe, because it's cool and you don't have to cook it, so you don't have to worry about turning the oven on, making the house hot. So it's a really good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
And something that they can, kids could help with.
Kids could help with, definitely. Yeah. And then, you can customize it. You can put different things in it. You could put some beans in it, some cheese. Cheese would be a good source of dairy in it.
There you go.
Yeah,
see, you got it all in there
now.
So, smart.
So it's a really versatile recipe, and one that I think is really, really good. So
cool.
We're going to start with the dressing. And so first of all, you're going to put 1/4 of a cup of light mayonnaise in it.
Okay.
If you prefer Miracle Whip, you could use some Miracle Whip. Yeah. All right.
Do you prefer mayonnaise or Miracle Whip?
I prefer mayonnaise.
So do I.
But it's a big, it's one or the other. Definitely. Definitely. 1/4 a cup of sugar. Then we're going to do 2 tablespoons of white vinegar.
So how many people will this feed?
This makes 6 wraps. Okay. So, and these wraps are pretty big, so you can often cut them in half. And you can kind of spread it out however you want. So if you have a larger amount of people you're serving, just don't put as much filling on there.
Yeah. Or if you want to make like an appetizer type of thing or something of that nature.
So we have our vinegar, mayonnaise, and sugar. Then we're going to put a teaspoon of poppy seed in there.
Okay.
So poppy seed is something we don't typically
see a lot.
Yeah, see a lot, but it gives it a little, I wouldn't say crunch, but a little something different.
Yeah, that's not where they're getting their crunch from.
No. All right, and then we're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, onion powder, and chili powder.
That smells good.
So get some spices going in there. And a lot of times if you use some spices like garlic and onion powder, you don't have to add as much salt, so you're not getting the sodium.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we need to watch our sodium.
And I guess it's better to use the powder than it is to use like garlic salt or onion salt.
Right. So a lot of times, the garlic salt might even be cheaper because, they put more salt in it, but it is better, of course, to use the pure powder.
This seems like it's going to be very flavorful.
Yeah, it does have a really good flavor.
Which is a good thing.
Yes, especially since we're not frying it with the crunchy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is from Healthy Choices for Everybody.
Yeah.
With UK Extension Office, right?
Yeah.
And only 370 calories.
Per one wrap, yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's very filling because, it has a lot of those crunches and that kind of thing. So it,
okay, so there's going to be a little spice in here too with that
chili powder.
Spice, yeah. Have we talked before? Do you like spice?
I do. Yeah. I do. A lot of times I'll make recipes for classes and stuff, and I guess since I like the spice, I don't recognize it as much. So things that I don't think are very spicy, people pick up on it. But so I've kind of toned that down. Yeah. What about you? Do you like spice?
I don't like a whole lot of hot spice.
Yeah.
But like this, I think would be nice.
Yeah.
I like to have some kick, but not like a.
I think it gives it a
really
good flavor. Yeah. All right, so there's our dressing. So we're just going to set that kind of to the side and get to work
There's
on
a lot
our-
of spices in there, so
Yeah.
that's good. I love garlic.
Garlic is my go-to seasoning, I would say. All right, so let's kind of clean that up a
Onion,
little
I like
bit.
onion too.
Yeah. So next we're going to work on the more of the filling of it. So we're going to put in broccoli and carrots. This the recipe calls for it to be shredded. So I just picked up a little container of what's called broccoli slaw, which is just broccoli and carrots already shredded. So you could definitely do this at home, but just for time's
Makes it
sake,
easier.
yeah.
As long as you get your crunch in there.
Yes, just a little crunch. And then we need 1/4 cup crushed pineapple in 100% pineapple juice. So if you see here, there's the pineapple juice. And I think we've talked about before, a lot of fruits are typically packed in heavy syrup. So it's with extra sugar in it. And you don't really need all that sugar, especially because the fruit is already sweet. So always look for packed in its own juice.
Okay.
And then you're not getting all those extra sugar.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, so, and then drain out the excess juice out of there. So we're going to put our pineapple in there. And I think this is kind of what gives it the Hawaiian flavor.
Crunchy Hawaiian chicken. Yep.
And then we're going to add in about a cup of baby spinach chopped. And then
I like spinach too.
some diced chicken. And for today, I just used canned chicken because it's really easy. You know, it's already cooked. You just put it in there. In recipes, it's fine. If you had some leftover chicken breast, you know, you could cut that up and put in there. Any kind of chicken that you prefer, but this should work fine today.
And usually in these wraps and such, it's usually the light meat, not the dark
Yes, yes.
meat. Is that just preference, or is that, you know, is there a reason for that?
I don't think so. I think it's just kind of a tradition, you know, that in the wraps they usually use the...
Because usually the light meat is less moist, I guess, maybe
Right.
too, and you put stuff into it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
It looks like a lot.
Yeah. So this
that's
is.
good.
I think this is gonna make more than 6 wraps. Those are gonna be some really
Full wraps.
full wraps. Yeah. So, and I think our wraps might be. I don't know. There's all different sizes of the tortilla shells, so you never really know what you're getting.
But this is where you can have some fun with it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Trying to stuff it in
And
there.
very colorful and.
You could just eat that with a fork.
Yeah, you could. So we have our filling here, and then we're gonna stir in our dressing. So you're just gonna kind of pour this over.
I forgot about the dressing.
Yeah.
That does look good. You know, as you were seeing this, some of the little white mayonnaise looks like feta.
It does.
So you could mix in some cheese in there too, and get that
definitely.
dairy element
Get
too.
that dairy.
Which I think would be nice.
Yeah.
I like cheese. Do you like cheese?
I do. I think cheese makes everything a little better.
And
They
getting
say
a
that
complete
about
tip.
cheese and bacon. That's what they.
Yeah,
that's
bacon.
what they
I love
usually
bacon,
say.
too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So maybe use some turkey bacon if you're going to use bacon, because that's a lot healthier, a lot less saturated fat. All right, so that's mixed in pretty well.
And like a grilled cheese with bacon on
Oh
it.
yeah,
That's really
that's good. And some avocado. Have you ever had avocado?
I love
on your
avocado.
Yeah, those are good on
Yes.
grilled cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
But this looks really good.
This is
crunchy Hawaiian chicken wrap. Back to topic.
Healthy option here. So, and then, you know, it's pretty much finished. You just kind of spoon a little on there. And I think that would be a good amount. I mean, you could always put a little more, but, you know, you don't want it to be overflowing where it all falls out. And then just kind of wrap it up. And then, like I was saying, you can kind of cut it. And then, of course, it all falls apart.
Yeah.
But, and then you have a little wrap.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
So that's a
So-
crunchy Hawaiian chicken wrap.
Yes.
And you can get a copy of the recipe by contacting the extension
Yes.
office and checking it out, and then let us know what you think.
Yeah, and you can always, if you live in Marion or Washington County, you know, contact their office if you're familiar with them, and they can get you a copy of it too. So, any of us are always happy to help.
Absolutely. Crunchy Hawaiian chicken wraps, only 370 calories. Makes 6 servings. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Gary White with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office.